All right, let's get started. What's up? Happy Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed some time with the family yesterday. Got some good sleep. Speaking of which, family calling? Your family calling? Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed your week of no school, all football. Good problem to have, right? Practicing this week. Week 4 or 5. Week 4 or 5. Coming to the end of this November journey. Getting ready to start a December journey. Coming to the end of this entire season, frankly. Last game in November. Congratulations, by the way. It means you've maximized this month. If you remember, 4 weeks ago, we sat in those bushes over there getting ready for Wanda. We talked about this month, all right, and what this month means. Here we are. The last possible football game you can play in the month of November, you get to play tonight. So congratulations for that. And you get to play your 4th state championship tonight. 4th. And this time at Somerville. So, let's review for our test tonight, shall we? My message for you. First of all, let me say this. My message for you today is the easiest message that I've had to come up with or produce for football all season. By far. Some weeks are more challenging than others. This one is very simple because this week's message is, frankly, no message. If I have to create something new for you now, if I have to tell you something new, if you have to do something new, think something new, be something new, or something more now, well, that means then you failed to prepare. I don't feel like I need to tell you anything new. If you've done it right, which you have, you're in the Final Four. You don't get here by accident. If you've done it right, then it's because of the preparation you put in each and every week. And it's because you treat each and every week like it's the state championship. You've been studying. You've been preparing. Here we are. So in a nutshell, there's no new message today. Today is just a review. We've got an exam to take tonight. We've been preparing for it, but why not? We got 20 minutes with Coach F. Why not review one last time the things that we already know? The things that you have inside of you. All right, now remember this. Back when we were in that wrestling room and I had the screen up, at one point I put a formula up there. It was T plus L plus M equals champions, plus winning. Anybody remember what the T stands for? This formula to becoming a champion. Anybody remember? Think about it. What do you think you need to be a champion? To be tough, okay. Somebody said something over here. I thought I heard it. You said time? Time, okay. How about talent? Let's start there, right? Because I have to think of that as a mental performance coach. When I'm working with teams, like, I can't just pull anybody over here and make them good at football. Like, you got to have talent first and foremost. You got to have the physical ability to play the sport. Okay, we can say that this sport and all sports are very mental, but you still got to be able to play it. You got to be good at it physically. You got to wake up, get out of bed, and be good at the sport you play. You have to have that to be a champion. Okay, do we have talent on this team? All sides of the ball, right? We've got talent. Okay. Plus L. What was L? Luck. Yeah, luck. Which, I was thinking about it, our journey so far, this playoff journey, this last season journey, we've been frankly unlucky. We haven't had any luck, right? You're the 6th seed, bad luck. On the road pretty much every week, bad luck. Getting everybody's best, bad luck. As you cough, we got a lot of people who are sick, bad luck. People who are hurt, bad luck. So you've gotten to this point without any luck. We're knocking on the door of the last state championship. And that proves your resiliency. That proves the M portion of this formula. What is M? Does anybody remember? Don't overthink this one. Mentality. Mentality. You've got talent. Your luck is coming at some point. You're due for some luck on this path to becoming a state champion. And do you have the mentality, right? Of course you do. Because again, you don't get to the Final Four without that. I'm not here to teach you something new today. I'm here to remind you what you've created and what you've built to this point, and it starts with that mentality. Okay, I think you have a mentality that's stronger than anyone left because of all the bad luck you've had. Think about the last 4 teams playing in Big 5A right now. Who has had a tougher road than you guys? Nobody. All right, nobody. Good. That means nobody is stronger mentally than you because you've had it harder to get to here. Put that in your back pocket. Remember that if you need confidence at any point tonight. Somerville. All right. How ironic, how fitting. We're back here at Somerville, right? The first time I had to tell you guys, don't say their name. Don't mention it. Be where your feet are, be in this week, 1 week at a time. This time around, I didn't have to say that because you didn't get it next week if you just didn't win the game in front of you. So there wasn't a whole lot of talk and thought about Somerville. We acknowledge it sitting in those bleachers that maybe, just maybe, at the end of this road, we could see them, but a lot's got to still happen, right? So there was no talk about Somerville. It was about Wando, and then it was about Sumter, then Stratford. Whether you like it or not, whether you realize it or not, that one at a time mentality was setting in, and that's how you've gotten to here. Now you look up, and you're in the Final Four playing Somerville. I wouldn't want to be them, and I'm not saying that honestly. I'm not saying that to blow smoke up your ass. The baseball guys around here know me well enough to know that pretty honest, right? Tell you if we got problems, but I'll also tell you if you're sitting pretty. And I wouldn't want to be Somerville, okay? And this is why. If I'm just thinking from their perspective as a coach for Somerville, from their perspective, the last team I want to play is James Island. Why? For all the reasons I just mentioned. You're a worthy opponent, right? But also, you've been there now. You've played there. You almost beat them. You know you can beat them. Is there anything harder, especially in football, than beating the same team twice? That's hard. That's worrisome, right? In my mind and in my eyes, and it hasn't changed, frankly, but now especially, who is the pressure on? Somerville. They're the 2 seed. They're the historic program at their historic field. It's big, bad, and scary. They finished higher than you in the region. They've been here the last few years in lower state, into state championships more recently than you. So if we're playing Vegas odds, we're gambling and betting on sports and high school sports, the odds would be in Somerville's favor. Therefore, the pressure is all on them. You have nothing to protect. You have everything to take. And again, whether you realize it or not, that has been your mentality on the road, and it has built you up for this game tonight to go take something. And that's a great position to operate from. That's my favorite position as a coach to operate from, and as a player, it should be your favorite position to operate from. They have to go do it again. That's really hard to do. Pressure. Let me address that topic. I mentioned it just now. The pressure is on them. However, if you feel pressure at any point tonight, if you feel nerves, you feel jitters, you're going to go throw up in the bathroom, can't handle yourself, can't control yourself. First and foremost, you're human. That's normal, that's okay, and quite frankly, you probably should feel it. Everybody should feel some kind of rush tonight as you get closer and closer to that first kickoff. Remember this, if it is hindering you, if you feel like it's overtaking you and it's not working for you, remember this, the team on the other side of the field, they feel it too. You are not alone in that, okay? And like I just mentioned, they feel it more. They have to protect their home field. Imagine the story in their heads if they lose Lower State to James Island at their home field. If James Island were to lose to Somerville tonight, that's the story, so be it. They were supposed to. Good for them. But the reputation that they have to protect, the story they have to protect, is a lot heavier to carry. So remember, if you're feeling nervous to the point that you can't handle it for a moment, they feel it too. And that's Keaton, my man. And that's ultimately what this is going to come down to tonight, okay? The pressure is going to be on both teams. It's going to come down to inches. I heard Coach McCoy say, he's absolutely right, okay? The guy's not your head coach for no reason, okay? It's going to come down to inches. And those inches come down to this right here, your mentality. You're equal on the field. You've seen it and you know that. Who can have the strongest mentality? Who can have the champion's mentality? We've got it. You've got it. You've been prepared. You've prepared yourself. Your opponents have prepared you. You've prepared each other. Your coaching staff, mental performance has prepared you. Okay? Now enjoy it. Now have fun with it. Be different. We can be different by doing a little meditation right now. A little quiet time. Let's do it. Get comfortable. All right, as we settle in, try to relax the shoulders, the jaw, the neck. Close your eyes for a minute. I know you might get a little nap in on that traffic-filled road trip up 26, but doesn't hurt to close your eyes right now, okay? Because this whole thing is about seeing it. We're going to go live it out right now in our heads before we do it, so that when we do get there to that present moment tonight, it's just deja vu. Deja vu means the experience, the feeling like you've been here before, like you've done it, for those of you who don't understand what that means. And again, if you feel pressure tonight, remember, okay, that there are 24 teams in Big 5A that would do anything to feel pressure at 7:30 tonight. But instead, they're in their sweatpants, laying in their bed, at home, watching football on TV instead of playing. So when you feel any kind of nerves tonight, any kind of pressure, any kind of doubt or negativity, keep that in mind, that what you have is your reward. That feeling of pressure is a reward for everything you've done this year. Hold that pressure up like it is the trophy, like it is the victory. Like you were one of the few who get the opportunity to even feel this tonight. And feel that pressure as an opportunity to create your story. Again, they will feel it, you will feel it. Who's going to use it? Start with the breath. Every bit of your mentality, your mindset, it starts with this breath right here. Inhale in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Slow and steady inhales in through the nose. Even longer exhales through the mouth. The inhales activate that fight or flight mechanism. That's why when you're exercising, when you're playing football tonight, when you're scared, you're stressed out, we breathe in a lot. The exhales communicate to the nervous system, to the body and the brain to relax. That's why when we nap, when we sleep, when we're trying to relax, we sigh, we let it out. Use the inhales, use the exhales, use the pause in between to balance your body, to balance your mind, so you can be where your feet are, one play at a time tonight. Let's visualize. You ready for this one? Visualize the worst case scenario tonight. You got to trust me on this one. I've saved it in my back pocket until now. Bear with me. Because pressure and nerves are typically a result of this possibility that exists tonight. Fear can create that pressure and those nerves that cripple you. See what you fear the most tonight and go ahead and experience it right now. Look that monster in the eye that's hiding underneath the bed or in the closet. Stop pushing it away, stop denying it, and stop lying to yourself that it's not a possibility. And this shouldn't be hard to do. You've faced this once already this year. You've lived it and you've experienced it. So play it back one more time. And you might find that as you play it back and you live it again, when you put it all in perspective, if you control the controllables and do everything within your power and control to succeed tonight, if it doesn't go your way, it's not so bad. You've got to release the power that the potential of failing has over players. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of anything. And if you want to be courageous, if you want to be brave, it's moments like this where you have to address the possibility. You've seen it now. You don't need to hide from it. Now, delete it. Delete this video from your app right now. Put it away. You watched it, and now we're done with it. We're done with that possibility, and we faced those fears. We can manage pressure. And now, let's upload reality. Upload the champion's mentality. The one that you know, the one that you have in you. Sure, you've been helped along the way, but you've bought into it. You've got some of it in you. Let's make sure we bring it all out for tonight. What's really going to happen? Champions, they expect difficult. Visualize difficult tonight. Champions love when it gets hard. Imagine how hard it's going to be tonight. Champions bend. They get punched. They're not perfect. They're not flawless. But champions don't break. Visualize yourself getting up after each punch. Knock me down, but never knock me out. Champions take one step at a time. Champions, they be where their feet are. But champions also will use the past to fuel their future. Can you use your past to fuel what's to come and to buy you a future and buy you one more week? Champions expect to win. Hear that final whistle at McKissick Field tonight. Hear the cheers from the James Island side after that final whistle tonight. Champions expect to smile. Feel the handshakes on the 50-yard line. Feel that pure joy and that pure smile after that final whistle. And champions expect to practice on Monday. See yourself right here on Monday, after school, practicing. Last but not least, champions expect to be right here on Saturday, next Saturday, hearing this same message, preparing for a road trip to Orangeburg. I am prepared. I am resilient. I'm a state champion. We're state champions. James Island is the state champion. Say that over and over again. See it over and over again. Do it over and over again. One last time, a good inhale in through the nose. Hold for 3 seconds. Feel that exhale, and as you exhale, start to move that body around a little bit. Open your eyes if you're ready. Doing what you need to do to work yourself back to a seated position. Less is more. The hay is in the barn. Trust it. Trust each other, trust yourself, and if nothing else, enjoy the hell out of it because it's going to be fun, boys. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. I'll be there on the sidelines. By the way, let me mention that too. You guys have seen me on the sidelines all year, all right? If you need me, I'm there. Football's not mental until it is. And usually in the Final Four, it can get a little mental, okay? So just keep that in mind too. As much as I just like watching the game from the sidelines, I'm also there to help you. So if you need me, don't be afraid. Namaste and Vamos. Enjoy it, boys. You've earned it. All right, buddy. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. Hey, guys. See you, man. What's going on? When practice? What day?